Hi, I'm Lynn Morgan, your slipper-shod pastor, but it's casual Monday. I don't even have my slippers on, just socks. One of the most favorite hymns that many people would cite is Amazing Grace. It's a wonderful story because, of course, it speaks of the incomparable grace of God, but also I think it's popular because it's a story that we like to think tells our story. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. It's a story of transformation, that we've been changed by encounter with God. And I'm not trying to deny any of that, but I also think maybe it's not quite as black and white, as instantaneously transformational as the song would maybe lead us to believe. Over these last few weeks, we've been reading the Exodus story together, and I don't know about you, but I get frustrated with the behavior of the people of the Exodus. There they were, Hebrew slaves who've been delivered by the power of God in grace and in love, chosen for no good reason, but God wants to deliver them. And as soon as they get away from their captives, what do? They complain, they start thinking about turning back, and they just rebel against the leadership that God's given them, and they do all these things that you know are disastrous to their own fate and to their health and to their well-being. I think the reason we get frustrated with that story is because it's so much more like our story than the story of Amazing Grace. God calls us forth out of places of bondage and death and selfishness and leads us towards a promise of fulfillment and becoming what we ought to really be, to lead us to real freedom. And we're pretty ambivalent about the process. It's not as though we turn our backs one day on all the things that were negative and self-destructive in our lives and become whole and perfect the next day. It's that we wander and we backslide and we doubt and we grumble and we resist the very things that we actually know we want. We're complicated people. And that story of grace, that God continues to strive with us and guide us and lead us and deliver us across the Jordan to the land of milk and honey, that's also a story of amazing grace. And that surely is my story. And I bet you find some resonance in your story as well.